The dragonborn had heard of some trouble in a certain orcish stronghold. This was that stronghold.
Your death brings me honor.
Giants were attacking. And the orcs would all die if not for Pix and Pooks' intervention. The stronghold seemed quiet. Not what Pix and Pooks was expecting from such a thing.
Forgive Ugor's harsh words. She's merely doing as she's been told.
What's going on here? And who is Ugash?
Please, our tribe suffers, and we need help. Our chief Yamars was once a strong and proud warrior. Now he is stricken, cursed. He is weak, and so our tribe is weak. The giants sense this and intrude on our territory. Now they assault our very home. Yamars refuses help, but I sense that you may be just what we need.
What can I do?
Yamars has demanded we stay inside the walls. We cannot leave. I must petition Malacath for relief. This curse must be lifted. But I cannot travel to Malacath's shrine. The ritual must be done here, and I do not have the materials I need. I beg of you, can you bring me troll fat and a Daedra heart? I have no wish to depend on a stranger, but I have no choice.
Here are the things you asked for.
Excellent. Now, you must come with me. You become a part of this. You must be present for the ritual.
It would seem that the orcs of this particular stronghold were going to the Daedric Prince Malacath for help. It certainly isn't too absurd an idea. Malacath is well known for being the favoured Daedric Prince of the orcs. Some say that the orcs are his people. Pix and Pooks wondered where the shrine is. Certainly he sees no grand statue, the likes of which the other Daedra have. Through the door into the longhouse he goes.
It is time, Yamars.
You bring an outsider here, and now insist I call on Malacath for help, when he has clearly forsaken me. You try my patience, Atub.
Doing nothing will not grant our tribe relief from this curse. We must try.
Fine. Let's get this over with.
And now back out of the longhouse, it seems. Chief Yamars was not a happy orc. This was Malacath's shrine.
Now we begin the ritual.
Certainly nothing at all
Great
like the
Malacath,
other shrines.
we beseech you, aid us in our time of need.
Why are we bothering with this?
You pathetic weakling!
What's that?
Malacath has heard my pleas. He speaks to us.
You dare summon me, Yamars?
What? What is this?
You don't deserve to call yourself an orc. You're weak, you're small, and you're an embarrassment. You let giants, overrun my shrine. Bring me their leader's club as an offering, and I might release you from this curse.
So it will be. Malacath has spoken, Yamars. Your path is clear.
Very well. You, outsider, come here. I want a word. This is all your fault, you know. I'm stuck fighting a giant now, thanks to you. So you're going to help me. You're going with me, and you're going to make sure I don't have any trouble reaching that giant. Don't worry, I'll make it worth your while.
What do you want me to do?
This giant, it's not the only thing in the Fallowstone Cave. Getting to it isn't going to be easy. You're going to clear a path to the giant so I can conserve my strength. I'll make sure you're paid for it. So you meet me at Fallowstone Cave, and I'll get this over with. I can have my tribe back, and you can leave us alone.
Pix and Pooks rather suspected that getting outside help is not quite what Malacath had in mind. Still, he made his way to Fallowstone Cave, assuming that he would meet Yamaz there. The closest point he knew was the Blackbriar Lodge, from which he had stolen Shadowmere so long ago. Not Shadowmere, I mean Frost. Obviously. The mercenaries were well known for their animosity towards chickens. But Pix and Pooks most certainly had no time for that. He wondered why the mercenaries were so bloodthirsty. They couldn't possibly have known that he'd stolen that horse so long ago, and he'd been nothing but good to Maven Blackbriar. He approached the cave. Just a few iggledy-biggledy bits of land to get over. And there we had it. Yamaz stood waiting. Clearly he knew a more efficient path than Pooks himself.
Let's just get this over with.
How long has this been going on?
Weeks? Longer. Feels like an age has gone by. I haven't slept in so long.
I'm just here to help.
Oh, of course. Because Malacath would take pity on us if only a useless outsider would lend us a hand. I'll lead the way, but you'd better back me up. Let's get this over with.
The dragonborn certainly had no love for Yamaz. Into the cave they went, the walls of which bore the distinctive markings of a giant. It was a very pretty cave, very well lit. Pix and Pooks could see no evidence of these so-called other creatures that would keep Yamaz from his kill. Truly, this cave was colossal. And quite beautiful. But as of yet, there seemed to be no danger.
Don't make a mess of this.
It would seem that Yamaz had stopped moving. Pix and Pooks saw a giant in the distance.
Fight well.
It would seem that Yamaz had become a horrendous wimp. Pix and Pooks decided to help the process along. Now the giant would be aware of their presence and Yamaz would have to prove himself and fight. Tried to give the orc a little push. wondered what his quest was. It was merely to protect Yamaz. It seemed that he was finally ready to fight the giant.
What do you think you're doing? I'll tell you.
Yamaz seemed to be a spectacularly useless fighter. Pix and Pooks decided he would lend him a hand after all. Yamaz was the fool who requested his presence in the first place. Should Malacath not be impressed, that was on him. Now Yamaz continued. Ah, of course. It was the leader giant Yamaz had his eye on. So no doubt Pix and Pooks must help him defeat many giants. Crushing its leg, the giant fell. If Malacath were watching, he would no doubt be very impressed with Pix and Pooks. Despite his status as a mere Khajiit.